I'm Azrienoch, this is XDA TV, and you don't know it, but cigarettes don't kill people. Tobacco companies do. It's the 6th week of 2011, and I'd like to begin by saying thank you. Some of you will remember that last week's moral of the news was do whatever makes me feel better, and I'll thank you for it. Well, not 4 hours after that video went live, the XDA portal announced that Technomancer had released an unofficial beta version of Cyanogen Mod 7 for the Galaxy Tab. And being a Galaxy Tab user, this made me feel better. Something else to make me feel better. Apparently, DJ Steve got bored over the weekend and ported Honeycomb to the Dell Streak. So congratulations, DJ Steve. And congratulations to me for having Steve as my developer. Also worth checking out on XDA TV, the Android ROM Rundown. Chad Hughes, my man, did an excellent review of an iPhone-y MIUI ROM. And when I say he's my man, I don't mean... I'm not... Don't give me that look, Chad Hughes. Just because you're extremely attractive does not mean you're allowed to question my sexuality any more than I do. And I don't. Windows devs certainly stepped up their game on the portal this week. Sergey H. upped the ante with his camera app for Windows Phone 7 on the HD2, improving resolution and overall picture quality. Also, a number of devs for the Samsung Focus have been working on compatibility tweaks for the SD cards, accidentally improving speed and battery life at the same time. And for Windows Mobile, you've got all sorts of tweaks and mods with the Throttle Launcher Windows Phone 7 theme. For Android this week, the Motorola Milestone got Froyo, the Samsung Continuum got Clockwork Mod Recovery, and Fallout Boy 2000 compiled a list of over 275 icon sets posted by XDA members. Here's something else. When I got my first Android phone, the MyTouch 3G, and I was doing that thing like everybody does where you download apps like crazy, one of the things I was most excited about were the speech-to-text, text-to-speech, and translation apps. Because I saw on those the potential for apps that combined all three technologies. We'd be able to talk to anyone at half the speed as using the same language without hiring a translator. In linguistics, the globalization of a few languages puts the smaller languages at risk of dying. But with your own translator absolutely everywhere you go, we could slow down that process of globalization. It's already a communication device. It's a much-needed era of communicative technology that improves the entire human race. So I'm proud to say that the translation apps I envisioned are slowly appearing, and XDA's very own member, LWJKKK, is contributing with TS Translator for Android. It's important to me. Makes me cry a little. What, a guy can't cry? I also like sappy movies and flamboyant colors, and frolicking happily through the daisies with Chad Hughes. You and your hot piece of man-flesh body get tiny mouth, Chad. Little temptress. Tiny mouth. Not because I would do. Or because you're, I mean, damn you. Last thing for this week. HTC hinted at the idea of having its own phone with a dual-core processor. It's the first time they've hinted in this way, prompting an article on the XDA portal questioning the future of HTC. I'm a big fan of articles like this, dissenting articles. Sure, it's speculative, but actually having someone say where they think things are going wrong, especially people who are going to be heard, like writers of the XDA portal, I think adds dimension to the mobile phone wars. There's a thought, and then you put words to the thought, and everybody, the manufacturers and the buyers, have to contend with it. This is something I'd love to see more of, the critical. We shouldn't be scared of criticizing or being slightly biased in what we write. Leave that to the people who report the news. We and what we do on XDA developers are the news, and we have the freedom to influence news that happens elsewhere. So commendations to EGZ Thunder One, who wrote the article, and everybody who participated in the discussion. And that's the moral of the news this week. Expressing yourself, talking, especially on an internet forum, is exactly what makes a community. So don't keep those thoughts in the closet. And I guess that applies to me too. I love you, Chad Hughes. I want to have your babies. Well, again, I'm Azrienoch, and this is XDA TV.